to right wingtip, and they roll to the left. People who have maybe seen us this year will see that we have 3 shows, full, rolling and flat, and that's all down to weather or airspace. Unfortunately here at Duxford we are restricted by airspace, and therefore we can only do a rolling show. However, you'll still see some great formation flying involving all 8 aircraft. Red 1 bringing the team around to the left, just scrubbing the top mode. He is in his 3rd and final year as team leader. He's also been a Synchro leader in 2017. He's also flown the Typhoon operationally. He's a qualified flying instructor on the Hawk T Mk.1 and Takano, where he was the Takano display pilot in 2010. Get your cameras ready as smoke comes up for the 8 Arrow present. As he rolls the team out, get your cameras ready and watch for the dynamic shape change. As we had 7-8 perform a rollback and change the shape from 8 Arrow into Vixen. You can see all aircraft in Vixen now. Of course, if we were a 9 ship, number 9 would be at the back and we would be in our trademark Diamond 9 shape. However, for the entire 2023 we are only an 8 ship, and that's simply because we can only safely train 3 new pilots each year with the correct level of supervision. However, as I said, next year 2024 is our own Diamond anniversary, and our plan is to be back to our trademark 9 ship, and of course hopefully you will see our trademark Diamond 9 formation. As Red 1 continues to bring them around to right, once again get your cameras ready for the Vixen roll! As the team rolls to left, Red 2 on the right hand side of Red 1 closest in is Flight Lieutenant Rich Walker. Rich is in his 1st year on the team, an extremely experienced pilot having flown operations on both the Harrier and the Typhoon, as well as being a qualified flying instructor on the Hawk T Mk.1. As I said, 8 pilots in display. There are 10 pilots on the team. You have Reds 1 through 8 in the display before you. Myself, Red 10, former Tornado GR4 pilot and former qualified flying instructor on the Hawk T Mk.2. And of course there's Red 11, Officer Commanding Rafat Wing Commander Adam Collins. He was my predecessor as Red 10. He's also a former Tornado GR4 pilot, and he's also flown the F-111 while on exchange with the Royal Australian Air Force. You can see now that Reds 4 and 5 smoked and they make their way to the rear of the formation. For those familiar with the red arrow shapes, you will know this as Apollo. As the smoke comes on, the team will reverse around the left for the first of our space theme shapes for the Apollo present. On the left hand side of Red 1 is Red 3. Tom is also in his first all weapon technical information and frontline tactics to the entire Typhoon force. Reds 2 and 3 now smoke as the entire centre section make their way rearwards. And if you can see, that puts Reds 4 and 5 even further back, making it even more difficult for them as we take all our formation references from Red 1 and not necessarily the aircraft that's closest in. And of course, being that far back is extremely difficult for 4 and 5 to see Red 1. This is Eagle, the second of our space theme shapes, as the smoke comes on for the Eagle present. The second of our space theme shapes, as the Royal Air Force acknowledges that space plays an important part in all future military operations, and in 2021 UK Space Command was formed, and that UK Space Command reached its initial operating capability in 2022. Reds 4 and 5, once again the smoke comes on as they make their way forwards to sit alongside 2 and 3 with Reds 7 and 8 in trail. And in May of 2023 the Royal Air Force celebrated the 80th anniversary of Op Chastise, one of the most famous missions in World War II, which of course was to take out the dams in the Ruhr Valley. On the far right hand side of the formation, uppermost if you look at it, is Red 4, Flight Lieutenant Ollie Suckling. is in his first year at the team, a former Tornado GR4 pilot, and also a former qualified flying instructor on the Hawk T Mk.1. And I would like to give a shout out today to his mum, dad, Penny and Tony, his brother Jonathan, his wife Sarah, Sarah's parents Liz and Barry, and his nephew Ben, who are here today at Duxford. Number 4, opposite number on the left hand side is red 5, that's Flight 10 Patrick Kershaw, known as Paddy. He was red 3 last year. He's a former Tornado GR4 pilot, and he's also flying the Typhoon with 11 and 12 Squadron RAF Coningsby. You can now see red 7 moving to the left and red 8 moving to the right, putting all the odd numbers on the left hand side and all the even numbers on the right hand side. With red 6 just nestled in just behind red 1 in the stem. For the first of our big wings shaped, the smoke comes on, the team will reverse to the left for the Signet present. You hear that transmission? That's red 1 giving the commands to the rest of the team. It's split into 2. You have red 7 and 8 in trail on the rest of the formation. As red 1 continues to bring them around to the right. For one of the most popular, if not the most popular manoeuvre we fly in this year's display. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Duxford, get your cameras ready as the Red Arrows ride the storm in the Tornado. 7-8 roll go. The appalling call is made by red 8 as both red 7 and 8 roll around the rest of the formation at the start of the Tornado. But of course red 1 doesn't want to make it too easy for the rest of the team, so watch for the colour change. As the red and the blue come on, red 1 bends the formation around to the right, even making it even more difficult. In the front section of aircraft, you may be able to see those aircraft are flying with their air brakes out. That's the small door at the base of the aircraft towards the rear. This means that section of aircraft are now flying with a higher throttle setting, which makes the smoke burn a lot more brightly, as it thereby produces an hotter engine gas temperature. It also disturbs the airflow outside the back of the aircraft, which makes that smoke billow a lot more fuller, and therefore we use it in certain manoeuvres in the show to enhance that part of the display. Squadron leader Ray Hanna, one of the first members of the Red Arrows, who's attributed of taking the team from a 7 to a 9, and also attributed of forming our trademark Diamond 9. Look directly to your front. You can see the nose light twinkle in distance. Get your cameras ready for the start of the second half. This is Detonator. Enid breaking first, followed by Hannah. That's red 6 off to the left, red 7 off to the right, and red 8 up over the top. You may have heard the Synchro pair now off to your left and off to your right. You've got red 7 off to the right, red 6 off to the left. And they of course are led by the Synchro pair. Red 6 off to our left hand side is squad leader James Turner, known as JT. JT is in his 4th and final year at the team. He's a former Typhoon pilot and instructor on the Typhoon, as well as being a qualified flying instructor on the Hawk T Mk.1. Each aircraft now down only 100 feet above the airfield. Each aircraft performing a 360 degree 4.8 roll. Turn is the call from red 6 as both aircraft now turn hard, pulling up to 6G away from the display line, looking to aim back towards the centre point as they complete the manoeuvre called Synchro. gathers the rest of Enid. They bend them around to the left, and underneath the aircraft you may be able to see a small tank. It looks like a fuel tank. However, that is actually the smoke pod. That smoke pod is capable of producing 5 minutes of white smoke, 1 minute of red smoke, and 1 minute of blue smoke. And each of those colours are selectable by its own individual button on the pilot's control column. And during winter training, Red 6 and Red 1 come up with a smoke plan, carefully choreographed to ensure that we have the right colour smoke at the right time in the display, and that we simply don't run out. Boys and girls, get your cameras ready. The red smoke comes on the Synchro pair part for the world famous Synchro Rolling Heart. Keep your eye high left as Red 8 comes in and spears the heart. And of course it would be remiss of the Red Arrows to not dedicate today's or the entire weekend heart to the memory of the few. Dive down to 100 feet, they'll perform a series of opposition barrel rolls, rolling towards each other only 100 feet above the ground in a manoeuvre called double rolls. Running back in with the white smoke in trail. And you can see Red 8 joining in trail on Red 1. As the red and the blue come on, and they fly a series of barrel rolls through the sky, leaving a snake-like smoke trail in the sky in the Python. As I said earlier, there are 10 pilots on the ground. And over 120 then are a support crew. They are the administrators, the public relations, the dive team, the engineers, the technicians, the mechanical transport drivers. And they are known as the Blues due to the colour of their flying coveralls. And without those personnel, the Red Arrow machine simply will not work. Inside those Blues, there are 10 individuals who get to fly in our aircraft in between displays when we cannot take the full engineering complement, and they are known as Circus. One individual with me at every display is Circus 10, that's Corporal Phil Dye, and he is out front filming the display for safety and debriefing purposes. And he's also responsible for lots of from the left smoking red and Red 6 coming in from the right smoking blue. Once again a closing speed of over 800 to 850 miles an hour. They're passing in only 30 feet. Each aircraft from 360 degree angle road. We stand on the airfield. They reach a height of over 2,500 feet. They're 60 degrees, nose down, inverted, trying to capture that 100 feet as they complete a manoeuvre called Boomerang. The distance, once again, you've got Enid. They now sit in line astern. Red 1 at the front, all the way back to Red 5 as they swing round to the left in the helix. As leaders benefit. And of course, early this year in 2023, the whole nation celebrated the coronation of His Majesty King Charles III. And in celebration of that coronation, once again, get your cameras ready for the colour on, for the coronation, present. roll around the smoke of Red 6 in corkscrew. Pilot flying with 11 and 12 on Connexley. Smoking red is Red 8, Flight Lieutenant David Simmons, there as Simo. Fifth and final year of the team, he's flown the Tornado GR4. He flew the roll demo in 2010. 2 and 3 roll goes, Reds 2 and 3 from a rollback around the outside of the rest of the formation. Clear goes the call as Reds 4 and 5 roll around the outside of formation. One of the hardest manoeuvres for our new pilots to master each year. This is which means excellence, and that means every single member of the squadron, from the very bottom to the very top, is striving for excellence in everything that we do. However, we're also aware that we are guardians of that motto for only 3 to 5 years, and therefore we're trying to lead the squadron in a better place. As Red 7-8 Smoke Blue roll around 6 for the final break of the show, this is the Hannah Vortex break. Once again, Red 6 off to the left-hand side, Red 7 off to the right-hand side. An inverted flight to leave the display line in a manoeuvre called Crossbow. Once again, get your cameras ready as the red smoke comes on. Red 1 rolls around the rest of the formation, leaving the infinity symbol in the sky for the infinity break. However, Duxford, it's been an honour and a pleasure. Please put your hands together for the 2023 Royal Air Force Aerobatic team. It's the Red Arrow!